imagen-ai impact your life?
Oh man, like I said, like I'm skeptical, right? Like I am like the early adopter. I like had to like publicly apologize to a company that I was like, it's stupid and trendy, and then I wound up using their products later on. I wound up being like an ambassador for them after I actually tried it. So I was like, oh shoot, like I got to tread carefully here. But like, so when AI editing came out, it was one of those things that I was like, I don't trust it yet. Like I'm not sure. And so like a few people started mentioning. Charmy Pena was like, you gotta, just do it, just do it. And I was like, all right, fine, like I'll check it out. And so as I did it, like the real time, so I had an engagement session I shot for a friend, and this is probably the best example that I have. So like I've used it for a few weddings here and there, and I've brought in some like paid jobs and stuff. But I had a friend that wanted me to do an engagement shoot for him, and I was like, hey, yeah, like you're proposing, this is awesome. Let me come and help, right? And so I came and I did that as a friend as a favor for a friend, right? And as I came in and I did this shoot, like this is coming at a personal expense to me. And so normally a photo shoot like that for a proposal, that's going to net me a fairly sizable amount of money, right? Like I'm not the cheapest photographer around. And so as I'm kind of doing this, as I'm sharing the chaos, this is what I'm actually about to touch on, which is funny. As I'm walking through editing this and going through it all, one of the things that I'm doing is I sent it off to Imogen. So I came home from the proposal, I sent it off, whatever. Once that was off and sent out that night, I think it was a Sunday or Saturday night that I came in from the shoot. So I came in, like I said, and I sent it off. All day Sunday, I didn't think about any of it. Like I didn't think about like my pictures or whatever. I disable my phone on the weekends, so like I can't access email on Sundays like at all. Like I can't check. I don't check my texts. I don't check my business stuff at all. And like when I came back in ready to start working on Monday, like that was just good to go. And that I think is such a value add that I don't think people really realize that if you can save 5 minutes per job and it takes you 10 minutes to set up that first time or even 20 minutes that first time, it's so valuable to go through that. And moving to Imagen for a lot of this kind of additional like baseline, it's not even like heavy lifting, like the baseline editing just comes back. And like the last wedding that came back, I touched, I think 10 images. I was like, this is good to go. That's 3.5 hours back in my life. Yeah. And if I go on I'm a stickler for hourly rate, like my hourly rate when I first started in photography, started measuring it was like $6 an hour. I was making $300,000 a year. So it sounds all fancy, but I was working for $6 an hour with how many hours I was putting into my business. Now that number is a lot closer to $200 to $300 per hour take home profit at the end of the year. And that's a big adjustment, right? Yeah. And part of that is because I find ways like using Imagen to kind of take care of that kind of background stuff and the stuff that I don't need to be doing. I don't need to be killing myself over the computer all the time, just editing and going through this stuff on images that are going to live on a flash drive. The important ones, absolutely put in that extra time. But like a lot of the stuff, like I think Imagen has been better than me in a few cases, and it's kind of made me mad too, because I had one where I sent it off and I edited one myself, and then I came back and I got it back and I kind of compared side by side, and I was like, oof, my grains weren't as good as I thought they were. like there's been a few cases of that. So I would say for the skeptics out there, like just embrace how much time it saves you. And yeah, I was very much skeptical myself.
Awesome.